It is a real pleasure. My name is Ali Plum. I work for Radio 1. Let's do this. Guys, what is your go-to, I can't answer that question because of spoilers, face?
Wait, go-to face? For any, just, what do you mean?
No, just do the face.
My go-to face?
What do you do when people say, da-da-da, what's happening at the end of season 5? What's the face you pull?
I don't know.
I would say, I would go, no.
Yeah, just a scared look.
Noah and I had this thing on set where anytime we're scared, we go.
Don't do it.
Anyways, it's a really weird thing we do. We also make fun of each other's performances. Like every time in season 1 and 2, Noah, every time he feels the Demogorgon, he always goes, "Mom." And he's like, "No, you're doing it. It's so good. It's so good." Anyways, and then he likes to pretend to scream and throw things against the wall. And anyways, it's nice belittling. It's very nice.
I think it's the asking each other. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? I guess we can talk about that. It's like very like we have no idea, kind of.
I want your guys' opinions on who is the worst at cracking up of the whole cast. Who is the worst at going unprofessional and breaking?
Remember with Eduardo?
I know. I think Eduardo.
That was so bad.
I think Eduardo was definitely on the. He either makes someone laugh or he cracks, and when he cracks, it maybe takes 15-20 minutes.
What? It took like hours.
Yeah, it did take hours. This one time, it took hours.
Yeah.
We were all on our knees, so like it was kind of like we were in pain. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like when you're a kid, you would sit on your knees and like play with Legos all day long. I can't sit on my knees now, man. It sucks. I don't know why.
You're growing up. This is the thing.
When he lost it, like when he was telling me that like he got an image that like it was like a shot of all of us. Like he said he got an image of like all of like grown men on our knees like looking into a bath, and then Eduardo like lost his mind because he thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Like you just zoom out.
Yeah, you're like, what are we doing right now?
It felt like a ceremony, like a weird ritual. And then Noah was purposefully like overacting for me because when we were like off camera, he was purposely doing it to make me laugh, and I could not look at him, and he kept saying like, "Why don't you look at me?" And I was like, "Stop!" And he couldn't stop, and so I kept laughing. It was crazy.
Charlie.
I haven't worked with him that much, but it's Charlie.
It's something else.
Maybe some things just can't go back to the way they were. That doesn't make sense. Maybe some things just can't. Maybe some things just can't go back. What the f*** is going on?
Yeah.
It's either me or Charlie.
I got this one. All right then, I'll use my torch. All right then, I'll use my torch to. You're right. Sorry. I know it's hard.
And when you guys are together,
together,
it's the worst. Like we can't look at each other.
It's done.
Charlie and I can't look at each other. It's bad. Like in season 3, we worked with each other the most. I mean, every time we made eye contact.
And you wonder why season 4? No.
Charlie?
Yeah,
No,
like we're all separated now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you think they wrote it like that?
I couldn't.
They're like, oh yeah, we can't have these two
like,
together.
please,
God, make it stop.
Each other. It was so bad. We just looked at each other. I was just like this.
You would that scene at the table in season 2.
We were blaming.
Yeah,
Remember
this
that?
dates back to
Where
season 2.
this dates to season 2, where we're talking about the mind flayer for the first time, and Steve was like, "Oh, like the Nazis and stuff like that whole big
and
scene."
everyone was there.
And everybody was there. The mind flayer.
What the hell is that?
It's a monster from an unknown dimension. It's so ancient that it doesn't even know its true home. Okay, it enslaves races of other dimensions by taking over their brains using its highly developed psionic powers.
Oh my god, none of this is real. This is a kid's game.
No, it's a manual, and it's not for kids. And unless you know something that we don't, this is the best metaphor. Analogy. And they put you two next to each other for some awful reason.
We are talking about the destruction of our world as we know it.
That's great. And then we're looking at each other. And then Charlie's like, stop laughing. I'm like, you're laughing. I'm not laughing. He's like, you were breathing. I'm like, I can't breathe. It was the worst.
My favorite thing about the bloopers is that when you guys make a mistake, you love to do a dance. You love to do the most elaborate.
I think it's just
I
think it's just a recentering. I think it's just like, all right, let's shake it out. And instead of just doing it like you go a little bit too into it. What dance? What is this thing you claim I do? Because I
just like
Have I done this to your knowledge?
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
There's a lot of hip movement.
It's
No,
like,
this-
Hippie.
yeah, you leave me alone. You know what I'm talking about?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
like,
it's like
like
the toes
this.
and the
Yeah,
hips.
you're like this.
It's like a
Yeah,
thrust.
you do that thing.
It's like, leave me alone. It's like a thrust and like on the tippy toes. And then the hands are like here over
no idea what
like on
you're
your belly
talking
button.
about.
And you're just like, oh, please tell me.
We're gonna,
Oh, God.
Oh.
Find it.
You've actually made me cry. Well done. Well done.
Usually, like, sound, like if I'll mess up a sound or I'll mess up, I'll like make a sound like blah 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 or something like that.
you clap. I feel like you're like, sorry.
Yeah, I clap. Yeah,
Let's go again.
yeah. It's a lot of that.
Can I ask you this slightly pointed question? Do you get fans who meet you going essentially, how dare you grow up? How dare you get old?
Sometimes I'll get someone that's like, yeah, man, you're all grown up. That's crazy. Like, I knew you could do it. Like that kind of thing. And you're like, okay, thank you. Yeah, it is kind of weird. But yeah, never how dare you, but people are definitely confused when they see me on the street because they're like, you've grown. I'm like, how would you know?
How did you know how I was?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've gotten that our whole lives.
Yeah.
I've been trying to drink as much coffee to stunt it. It's not worked. So I drunk half of Starbucks, and it's definitely not stopped. I am getting taller. Ears are growing. Nails are not growing as much. I feel like maybe everybody's just gonna have to accept it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had somebody say, you are way worse looking in person.
Wait.
No joke.
That's
No joke. They're like, you're short. I'm like, I am. And they're like, and I thought you fixed those teeth. I was like, I'm getting there. Man,
so
were they
rude.
bad. It was hilarious.
So sensitive.
Right. I had someone say, "Oh my God, you look way better in person."
I've also
Oh, yeah,
had
I've
that.
heard that too.
I had that too.
Yeah, you're like, maybe
I'm
they,
not- I'm not a
literally
kid in
just,
the
like,
80s. Yeah.
put red on my
Sure.
cheeks and throw me in front
Right.
of the camera.
Yeah, someone thought I was 6'5". I was like, oh, I thought you were 6'5". I'm like, wait, time out. Who said I was 6'5"?
Do you ever catch yourself in the mirror whilst you're on set and think, do I look just like my parents did in the 80s? Is
I know
that
I
what's
do.
going on?
Nothing
I know,
like
I
my
look
mother
like my
did
dad.
in the 80s.
I don't.
I mean, I have the same hair.
Really?
Yeah.
My mom was like a super like girly cheerleader.
Real? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
come on. Yeah, she was like head cheerleader, just like homecoming queen. And I'm like,
I don't know. My mom was kind of quiet at school. She didn't really talk to anyone. She didn't like high school or middle school. She thought everyone was childish. So.
Sure, as they are.
Actually, like I was looking at pictures of my dad, like with his shirt off and like super like 6-pack, and he's like
All
that at camp, and I'm like exactly like him.
yeah, my dad had a 6-pack. I look exactly like him.
And he's like
Washboard abs.
smiling.
Yeah, that's me.
He's cut. He looks fine. And I'm like, that is me.
Yeah, that is me. He was a sexy chocolate man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to disappear. It's been such a pleasure. I love you both. I
Thank
cannot wait to
you.
talk about this when we then can talk about it. Good luck with your spoiler faces. I'm just going.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, mate.